My name is Jools Holland and I am a pianist, composer, and I have a big band. My credentials are that I've been working in music for a long time and have been loving music for a long time. I was fortunate because I met Glenn Tilbrook, who I was in Squeeze with sort of early on, and we used to go to pubs. And one of the reasons we'd go to pubs to play, I should hasten to add, pubs to play, which is when we were about sort of 15, 16, we weren't really allowed to drink in them, but we'd sort of creep in, was because they had a piano in it. So that was a good way of practicing, because you actually had a piano to work out on for the evening. And we found when we played, people enjoyed it, you know. I think one of the things is it's very important not only to play, but to play to people. You know, we used to just bowl in and say, is it all right to play? And then we'd do it a couple of times and more people would come. And then the landlord of the pub would say, well, actually, I'll pay you to come back because you're bringing the people in, you know. The more you can get out and play to people, you can really, suddenly whatever you're playing becomes very real then, and you can tell what's going to work. And you also can figure out how to pull the emotions, the most important emotions that music can bring out. If you figured out you can play okay, and you can play to people, and then you can also figure out you can get paid, and you can figure out you don't have to get up early in the morning, you think this is really great. There's a lot of reasons, you know, when people say, well, why did you choose to be a musician? Well, why not? If things go well, you start off playing in small pubs, and at that point you're dealing with it yourself, probably not very well, with your friends. One of your friends will say to the pub landlord, will you give us 10 quid plus the money for our taxi home, plus as much as we can drink, or what, something like along the lines of that. At which point the landlord would say, no, I'll give you £5, 2 bottles of beer, and my cousin will run you halfway back and you can get a bus. Whatever, but there's a certain amount of negotiation. Ideally, you want to get an agent to talk on your behalf, and you want to get a good agent. There's the world of music, and then there's the world of the music business. For me, it works like this. I now have a big band. So we have 17 people in the band. We have to have a tour manager who, in fact, I think we've got 18 people in the band. You see, I can't even lost count. We have somebody whose job is just to tell me how many people there are in the band. And then we have a tour manager whose job it is to sort out all the touring. You know, when we are, what hotels we're going to stay at, we're getting flights, what flights we're all going to get, how everybody gets there, what time letting everybody know what time they've got to be there. And I have a manager who deals with the overall of everything. And so the manager will look at all the different offers that come in, or suggest programs that we're like a tour we might do, like he'll put a tour together in Australia, which is quite a complicated thing. And a promoter is the person in each part of the world or the country that will put the show on. He'll come up with some money in the front at the beginning of it all to give us, and then book the halls, and then take the money for the tickets, and then keep some for himself and give some to us. And my manager, Paul Loseby, he'll be in the middle of that, and he'll make sure that we get our fair share of it all. The other side of that, in performing live, there are of course all the people, the technicians who work with us live. We have to have a sound man, we have to have a crew that supply the PA, which is the loudspeakers we play through. Then of course there's the recording side. Now I record here almost all of our records, and all the records we make with other people, or the records I do with my big band, we do them all here in this studio. If you're interested in sound and creating sound and manipulating sound, that's a whole nother type of career that you could engage in. I think the main thing is to really enjoy the music. Learn as much as you can about music, and if you feel it's the right thing, really throw yourself completely into it. You can't do it half-heartedly. If you feel as though playing isn't your thing, there are other ways of being involved in music and the music world.